I am 200% Argentine. Those were Mauricio Pochettino's exact words in an interview with Sesame Street's Grover before the United States opened their World Cup campaign this summer. Fast forward to yesterday, July 29th, and reports from The Athletic's David Ornstein and multiple other outlets are saying Pochettino is close to signing a contract extension with the USMNT that would keep him in charge through the 2030 World Cup in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. A 4-year commitment, and international media, they're absolutely split on whether this is a smart move, a shocking rejection of his homeland, or just a savvy career decision by a coach who knows what he's building. Let's break down what's actually happening here, why the world is reacting the way it is, and what this means for American soccer heading into the next cycle. First, the timeline. Pochettino was hired by U.S. Soccer in September 2024 on a 2-year deal that was always meant to expire after this World Cup. He came in with a massive reputation, a coach who'd taken Tottenham to a Champions League final, managed Paris Saint-Germain, and had Chelsea on his resume. The American soccer community was ecstatic. Finally, a world-class manager leading the program on home soil for a World Cup. And here's the kicker. U.S. Soccer reportedly offered Pochettino this extension before the tournament even started. That's confidence. That's the federation saying, we don't care what happens in the next few weeks. We want you for the long haul. So what did happen? The USMNT won Group D. They beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0 in the round of 32. Then they ran into Belgium at Seattle Stadium on July 6th and lost 4-1, ending their run in the round of 16. Not the storybook finish American fans were dreaming of, but context matters. This team set a record with 11 goals in 5 matches at the tournament. They finished 12th overall out of 48 teams. And Pochettino's overall record with the U.S., 17 wins, 2 draws, 12 losses across 31 matches. That's a winning percentage above 50%, which for a team that's been rebuilding and integrating younger talent is solid progress. But here's where it gets interesting. International media isn't focused on those stats. They're laser focused on one question. Why is an Argentine coach with Pochettino's pedigree choosing to stay with the United States when Argentina might come calling? Lionel Scaloni is currently Argentina's national team coach, and his contract runs through 2026. That's it. No extension announced yet. And every time there's a hint of uncertainty around Scaloni's future, Pochettino's name gets floated as the natural successor. He's Argentine. He played for the national team. He's got the coaching chops. It makes sense on paper. Spanish outlets have been running stories about how Pochettino is essentially turning his back on the chance to coach La Albiceleste, framing this extension as a shocking rejection of his roots. British tabloids are more skeptical, questioning whether Argentina was even seriously interested or if this is all just media speculation inflating a non-existent rivalry. And here's the thing. There's no actual reporting that Argentina's federation has approached Pochettino. None. It's all projection, all hypothetical. The media loves the narrative because it's dramatic. Argentine coach chose America over Argentina. 200% Argentine, but wearing the red, white, and blue. It writes itself. Meanwhile, American sports media is celebrating. They're pointing out that Pochettino had options. European clubs are always circling top managers. Pochettino could have waited for a Premier League job, a La Liga opportunity, something in Serie A. But he's choosing to stay. He's choosing to build something here, to take this young American core and develop them through a full World Cup cycle. That's 4 years to implement his system to grow with players like the ones who showed flashes of brilliance this summer and to prepare for 2030 on the global stage. Let's talk about what this decision actually signals. Pochettino is 54 years old. He's at a stage in his career where legacy matters more than just collecting paychecks. Staying with the USMNT through 2030 means he's betting on the potential of American soccer. He's betting that the infrastructure, the talent pool, and the resources are there to build something that can compete at the highest level. And U.S. Soccer is betting on him. They're giving him the time, the backing, and the trust to do it his way. This isn't just about one tournament. The round of 16 exit stung, no question. But the broader picture is what U.S. Soccer is focused on. Pochettino took over a program that was in transition. He had less than 2 years to prepare for a World Cup. And despite the loss to Belgium, there were moments, performances, and results that showed the foundation is being built correctly. Winning the group wasn't a fluke. Setting a goal-scoring record wasn't luck. It was structure, it was tactics, and it was belief. Now, the international reaction is also revealing something else: how the world views American soccer. Spanish media treating this as a rejection of Argentina implies they see the USMNT job as a step down. British outlets questioning whether Argentina was even interested suggests they don't think Pochettino is a serious candidate for that role anyway. And American media celebrating the extension shows there's still a bit of an inferiority complex, a need for validation that a top-tier coach would actually choose to stay here. But here's the reality: the 2026 World Cup was co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It was the biggest tournament in history, and the USMNT, despite the early exit, proved they belong on that stage. Pochettino proved he can manage the pressure, the expectations, and the spotlight. Now he's got 4 more years to take it further. What does this mean for 2030? Everything. Pochettino will have time to integrate the next generation of American talent. He'll have time to refine his tactics, to build chemistry, and to create a team identity that's sustainable. The players who were teenagers during this World Cup cycle will be in their prime by 2030. The infrastructure that U.S. soccer has been investing in, the academies, the MLS development pathways, all of that will have 4 more years to mature, and Pochettino will be the one steering the ship. The Argentine angle, the 200% Argentine comment, it's going to follow him. Every time Argentina has a rough patch, every time Scaloni's future is questioned, Pochettino's name will come up. But here's what the international media is missing. Pochettino already made his choice. He chose the project. He chose the potential. He chose to stay. And for American soccer, that's a massive statement. It's a signal to the world that the USMNT job isn't a stepping stone anymore. It's not a consolation prize. It's a destination. It's a place where a world-class manager sees a future worth investing 4 more years of his career. So, yeah, the world is reacting. Spanish outlets are confused. British tabloids are skeptical. American fans are relieved. But at the end of the day, Pochettino is staying. He's staying through 2030. And whether the international media wants to admit it or not, that's a win for American soccer. It's a statement that this program is serious, that this program is building something real, and that the next World Cup cycle is going to be one worth watching. That's the story. That's the reaction. And that's why this extension matters more than just one coach signing a contract. It's about where American soccer is headed and who's driving it forward.